Hello, it's DelusionDispeller again. I've been a life coach for about 4.5 years, I guess, and been helping people longer than that. So if you need my help, DelusionDispeller@gmail.com is how you'll reach me. We're talking about Scientology today. This is obviously my viewpoint from what I've studied and researched and heard. I am not a Scientologist, wouldn't want to be a Scientologist. But they do have some interesting things that you need to know about in case you do know anybody considering investigating it or looking into it. So, let's pick up where we left off from. One of the things that they're known to do, some people in Scientology, is getting up in your face, yelling at you, guilting you, calling you names, saying things like, you are not going to be able to help keep Scientology going if you're not going to become a Sea Org member, or sign on the dotted line, or if you won't fill out this billion-year contract, you're not going to be able to help humanity. You know, we're just all going to be doomed because you don't sign this contract. They'll even promise you things. There is a word called power posturing, which is a tactic of a lot of cults, and they will say, well, we'll give you this position if you'll just join. We'll give you any job within Scientology if you'll just sign this contract. So that's another thing some of them do. There's something called doubt, D-O-U-B-T, just like it sounds. And that is where, if you're considering leaving Scientology and taking a different job, for instance, sit down and write down the pros and cons till you have come to the place where you can really see why you belong here and not there. So that's another thing they do. There's something called fair game. And this is kind of a scary thing, and I'm not saying all Scientologists do this, but some twisted people within Scientology will employ the fair game policy, which means that if you leave, they can do anything within their means to keep you quiet, even destroy you if necessary. They can make things really bad on your job if you work, outside of Scientology somewhere, and you're not real sure about it, so you're not really delved into it fully. They can speak to people against you. They can do any twisted things to keep you there and keep you quiet if you do leave. So it's called fair game. Disconnection is something that even the Christian church practices, some Christian churches, or should I say so-called Christian churches, and it is the idea of excommunication, basically, and shunning. Even the Amish people practice this, and that is if you get out of line to the point where you're talking against the church or you're forming other ideas that go against the church policy or beliefs, they will disconnect from you, disassociate with you. They will forbid anybody that is currently in the church to associate with you once you leave the church or once you speak against the church. There's something called good roads, fair weather, which means when you talk to people outside of Scientology, keep the conversation surfacey. Don't get into our beliefs. Don't talk about what we do here. Just keep everything, good roads, fair weather, great weather we're having, how are the kids, very surfacey. So it's called good roads, fair weather. And actually, there are so-called Christian churches and cults, other ones that do this too. Don't talk about what we teach you here. People won't understand. People won't get it. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to think we're a cult. That kind of stuff. Funny that a lot of cults will say that. People will think we're a cult if you tell them that we're doing cultic things. But yeah, that's how it goes. Anyway, there's something called the PTS, Potential Trouble Source. What that means is, say you are in Scientology, but you've been friends with somebody that's been questioning Scientology. The people questioning it, are called a suppressive person, but you are considered a potential trouble source because you are connected with the suppressive. So, kind of like a guilty by association type of thing. So even if you haven't said anything, if you are friends with somebody or you're in close association with somebody that is questioning the church or doesn't agree with it and speaking out about it, then yeah, you're both in trouble, basically, in some way or another. Let me see if there's any more notes on this. If there isn't, I am going to go on to my next part of the notes that I wrote down. And I will do that on the next video. Thanks for watching. This is a little shorter video, But again, if I can do anything to help you, if you're stuck in a toxic situation, you need some points to understand what's going on, maybe try to form a safe way out, give me a email, send me an email to DelusionDispeller@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the next video. Thanks.